don't see nobody as your competition. Because you see them as your competition, you already lost. Because how are you going to focus on your work when you focus on theirs? I am Kajuan Lyons, owner and lead photographer of Lyons Photography. What I do, fashion, events, weddings, headshots, portraits, sports, pretty much the gamut, except animals and kids. People say, oh, what's your story? You say, oh, how you get started? I got started in photography from a lady at a modeling agency told me I couldn't do something. I had a friend who wanted to model. Well, I convinced her she should model. She had tall, slender, beautiful girl. And she wanted to model. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna set up a meeting with this modeling agency, which I did. So I'm like, I got her picture, picture she had, got a picture blown up 8x10 to take to her, a couple pictures, whatever. Get to the agency, they like what they see, whatever. Now mind you, I'm just helping her out. So they was like, oh, we like you. So who is this guy? Me. Oh, he's my manager. That's what she says to the lady at the model agency. So she says, well, if we sign her, there's no need for you. So, oh, okay. Me being my humble self, I let that slide. So I told the girl, I said, well, you get signed, we go inside, we go into the thing. And you get me in all to the parties, all the stuff and everything. I said, so what you want to do? She said, well, let's start our own. I said, okay. So I said, well, me and my thinking, so I said, well, I got to learn to do photography because I don't want to pay no photographer. Let me make the middleman. I'll be the photographer. So I went searching around the photography classes. I went to all places downtown with Jerry's. They do like the pictures of on the spot. You're not from here, but the pictures on the spot downtown. A couple used to go there, teenagers go there back in the day. And I'm like, oh man, can you teach me photography? He was like, nah, we don't do photography classes here. We don't teach photography, because I thought that was photography at the time. And but I was like, well, this place that do free photography classes, and they got a display next door. So I go outside next door, I see this big display in the window next door. It's one of the only displays they did too, because they haven't done it since, to my knowledge. Local street art classes. I was like, oh, okay, free photography classes, sign up today, blah, blah, blah. I took the card, called them up, set an appointment, and then I went October. It's supposed to start in September, but September 11th happened. And I went to there, and then I met my mentor, and that's what all started at. So the one girl who started me in this, I owe her a debt of gratitude. I owe her a lot. So that's pretty much it. Well, obviously I would learn photography, so I learned from scratch. I learned how to develop film, I know how to do contact sheets, I know how to do prints, enlargements in the darkroom, so all that by hand, all the chemicals, mixed chemicals, to develop stuff like that. And I had two teachers. It was Ken Morgan, which is, Ken Morgan and Lenore Bethel. So Ken taught me my technical side, Lenore taught me my creative side. So, and I tell everybody, I call Ken Morgan the Black Mr. Miyagi. You see him, you understand. So, but he taught me what a frisbee shot was. So, well, I'm like, oh, I got these great pictures, great pictures, He's like, oh, let me see the pictures. He said, oh yeah, look at this one. Oh, this is a frisbee shot. Oh, what's a frisbee shot? He'll take it, he'll throw it like a frisbee. I want to see that again. So he was like, oh yeah, get out of here, photography's evil. Get a real job, be a plumber, He kept trying to discourage me. He only did to see if I could take it. So out of I think the 12 students at the time, only 2 still stands. And one is me, and the other is my friend Lydia, who travels the world she's a world famous photographer. And I put her on notice, I tell her now on film, that she's the best woman photographer in the world. She hates when I say that, but she is. She's so humble too, but. So he taught me, dodging and burning, how to get an eye for fashion, how to pick out a model, how to pick the model, how to work with them, light exposure, typical thing teachers teach you. But the way he taught me was pretty much not, well, it was textbooks in a way, but it was more hands-on. You got to do it this way. So you do this, you do that. You got to look at this, do research here, watch black and white movies, and everything like that. So his technique taught me to do it like I compared to the Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi, you got Johnny and them in the dojo doing their karate, but by their sensei and Daniel LaRusso learning what to do washing cars. So when it came down to it, Daniel still won. So all the people who do stuff in school, not to knock him, but I learned more from him than I could learn in the classroom. Now, obviously, I did my own learning, reading books and develop my own style and watch a whole bunch of other photographers, a whole bunch of books and a whole bunch of videos and a whole bunch of shows that, I watched the art of how everything's shot, the angles, how to talk, the lingo, everything like that. So most of that stuff is taught from him, but I'm also self-taught by watching things and reading things. And obviously I'm still learning because I'm keep reading now and watching stuff now. But and then Lenore taught me my creative side, and like she taught me how to use a slow shutter for motion blur, and techniques like that. But I use that to this day. I did a shoot. We did a live mannequin shoot a couple of years ago, which was the first live mannequin before that mannequin challenge came to play. And I did a shot. So, okay, well, mannequin stay still. Had one girl, so the girl stay still. I had the other models walk behind her. So when you see the picture, it shows her standing there and the background blurred. And one of my friends, who was one of the students, also the daughter of the teacher, lady who taught me that. She's like, oh, wow. Now she's grown. She's like, oh, wow, how'd you do that? I said, your mom taught me that. She never knew that. And I'll give credit to this day that my creative side came from Lenore, my technical side came from Ken. So it's like, that was a perfect matter. It was like peanut butter and jelly that make this mesh in me. But then I have other mentors I work with now, but from the beginning to now, Ken is still there. Obviously one of the photographers here, because Studio 6, he's one of the 6. And that's what got my creative side for photography and eye for fashion. So I know what to look for, His technique is a little different, but you have to meet him to understand with that. But I shot this one party where we met at Delaware Park, and the limo driver got lost. How a limo driver in Buffalo get lost, I don't know what Delaware Park is at, Auburn Knox, that still baffles me. So he gets lost. I'm there waiting for them to get there. Mind you, it's like maybe half hour, 45 minutes before they get there. So by then, while they riding around trying to find a place, they drinks. So they kept trying to get to me. They drunk, and it's hot. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky. 30-something people, 32 people in the wedding party. Had to line them all up, get them set up, get the shot. And the most, like I said, they was drunk, so obviously they're not listening much. I think that was the most difficult time that I could think of. Anything else was a piece of cake. I have time with, I shot weddings and my camera fell and broke, but I had 2 cameras. But, so, it just happened when the preacher was doing a wedding. Like he was, doing the vows, everybody quiet and I'm in the pulpit. So, by the instruments, the acoustics is really loud. So I'm trying to, this is a problem. I had the camera on my neck and one on my hand. And I thought the strap was around my neck, so I let the camera go. Hit the floor like boom! Just like that loud to the whole church. The preacher kept going. I just like, switch the next camera, pick the camera up. I got time to cry later. Check the camera after the wedding, it was destroyed. So I'm like, okay, great. I think that's a difficult time. I think it had to be mainly with weddings, but having it fashion-wise, difficult people was a piece of cake because, like I said, I worked collections for 10 years, so I was like, I could deal with cranky people, so I could diffuse to any hostile situation. So I don't think, no, kids. That's why I decided not to shoot kids, because I did one shoot. Parents are fine, the older kids is fine, but the baby is like not looking. So I'm getting the baby under control, so the baby distracted everybody else. Everybody look at the camera. I got the baby. Everybody look at the camera. So I'm trying to get the baby attention. Obviously, the parents looking at the baby. I get the shot, boom. Baby all into the camera. Parents down at the baby. Everybody look at me. I got the baby. So a shoot that should have took a half hour took almost 2 hours. And that's why I decided not to shoot kids, But otherwise, fashion-wise, no difficulties, no. Malfunction, stuff like that happens. Stuff not working, flash fell in the lake, but difficulties, no. I had to use a Nikon flash on a Canon camera. a Nikon flash for a film camera on a digital Canon camera for a magazine shoot. And I made it work. I figured it out on the fly, but that was difficult. But like I said, I can't say anything difficult that I couldn't handle it. So I don't know if we use difficult, but yeah. Instagram is the main one. You can find me on Instagram at KLyonsPhotos. That's on also Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at KLyonsPhotos. You can find me on Facebook at Kajuan Lyons Photography, or because I got my domain name Twitter to my website is finished, so it's www.KLyonsPhotography.com will take you right to my fan page. Or if you want to see my fashion stuff, you go to it's caviar.com, which is KAVYAR.com/KLyonsPhotography. That's one of the best layouts I've seen, better than Model Mayhem. So I'm like, I only promote good things. So that's a great site. If you're a fashion designer, model, makeup artist, that's a good site to be on the network. But that's where you can find my fashion stuff also. So caviar.com/KLyonsPhotography.